Alright everybody, so what's going on YouTube world? Just kinda wanted to give another tutorial and layout update. This time I want to start in the yard. Just kinda giving you an idea of the fact that this is a fully functional yard based upon the way everything is set up. I literally have the trains made up in the yard. It's set up so that I can break down the trains and make up new trains accordingly. And this is important with this particular layout because I've tried to set up several businesses in particular so that they are kind of intertwined. You got business shipping stuff to business. Kind of important if you want to do operations. Definitely something to consider and think about. In particular, let's just start with the closest industry to the yard here. I basically have Prairie Star Milling. So the flour is made from the corn that comes in. The corn comes in, they make it into pallets of flour, gets loaded onto the box cars, and then that goes into the yard over here. And then it can be shifted into different trains that need be. For example, these two particular cars, they would have loaded pallets of flour on them. You take them out and bring them back down into the spur, and those cars would go right here to Magic Pan Bakeries, where you'd have box cars of loaded flour that come from over there at the Prairie Star Milling. Also, you have your loaded tankers of ADM sugar, your HFCS, your 55 as they call it, for your sweetener, for your mixes, for your batches. So those two are connected. And then I've got over on the other side, we're going to get to that here in just a second. We'll just kind of keep going around. I'll show you how things are tied in. So I have the coaling facility, which fills up the coal cars, as you can see. And then that is taken over to, again, that would be taken to the yard. Where the yard is kind of used like a staging yard. And then whenever the coal plant is requiring coal, well, you bring them over here and they would be emptied. And then your coal plant for your electric, that's what you would do. So you have them shifting from one company to the other. That ties them together, links them together. So it gives you your options for operation. We have over here on the other side, we have sand. I have from a sanding facility. Basically, I could bring those over here to the yard, set them out here in the yard, and then whenever I need sand, I have a sanding tower. So you'd bring that over and then they just fill the sanding tower up so that sand is actually going somewhere. And that's kind of one of the key things. If you're wanting to set up a layout so that it's not just running trains in a circle, you want to try to tie things together. Now I have a little strip here for some plastic cars, hauling plastic pellets and stuff. Those in particular I don't really have a place to go with, but I can have a line set somewhere, and I could make up a train, and that could be an outgoing interchange track somewhere, which is definitely something I can do on this layout. So I make the operation even though I don't really have a place for them to specifically go, such as the other industries, I can make it so that it goes somewhere, which is good. That's what you want. An example here. Let me lift the bridge. There we go. Because these industries are tied over to the other section. So basically what I have is I have got the sawmill, which has got lumber that it's creating. I set that out in the yard. But the sawdust is important because that goes to the paper mill that I have over there, and I'm going to show you that. And then I've got the box cars of the finished wood product also, where they're creating multiple different products. I've got a Coca-Cola factory. As I worked there a long time, I couldn't resist putting together a Coca-Cola plant. Still got some work to do on it, but it's getting there. So I want to show you the places where those cars are going to go. They're actually going to come up the 2% grade. That'll go across the bridge. As that goes across the bridge, you'll see we have another section over here. And here, this is a off-site Coca-Cola warehouse. The warehouse stores just pallets of soda and Powerade and Gold Peak tea and all that good stuff for distribution. And it's literally what it's for. It's an off-site distribution center is what it is. And then I have the grain mill, which would take it over to the, again, Prairie Star Milling. So there's your corn that's going to make your flour, and then you have the place that makes your flour is the Prairie Star Milling, and then that would go over to the Magic Pan Bakery. So all three of those industries are tied together, which allows you to have operations, which, like I said, if you're tired of running around in a circle, and then this is the thinking process in which you gotta put together. And then the sawdust car, which comes from the sawmill over there. That way they've got some fine sawdust that they can mill down and get it to the grade of sawdust that they need, so they can put it all together and make some paper with it. So yeah, just trying to tie a lot of stuff together, and not everything that I have is tied together. As an example, I've got a intermodal yard, which isn't tied to anything, but I like the intermodals. It was a nice industry to put in this particular slot. It gives me a good modern feel for my layout, which I really like. But yeah, I wanted to just kind of give you a little update and a little tour of the importance of, if you're wanting to or thinking about doing a layout that would give you some operational value, so you're not just running in a circle. Because if you've gotten to a point in the hobby where that just bores you and you're ready to take it to the next level, well, these are definitely some options to think about. Draw them out, plan it, take your time. You don't have to be in no hurry to throw a layout together. This one in particular has taken me about 1.5 years currently. So that's where I stand. I don't have a lot more to do, but I do have more. So happy railroading. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks everybody. Like and subscribe. Appreciate it. Bye.